Hey guys, and welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you for all of your messages, and thank you to everyone who has signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed with so many people that have signed up, so thank you so much for that. I'll go through all of your messages, I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like all of your messages for definite. So, earlier on, I done a video earlier about the new Arcos thing, is Arcos, right? Um, and obviously the French are pissed. Do you know what I mean? Because the French had some £90 billion deal that they had with the Australians, right? And Britain and America has just come in and just thrown the French out. Do you know what I mean? And just done a next deal with with um, with Australia, right? So obviously the French are really pissed. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I don't get how the hell we keep on pissing the French off, right? You've already seen how much boat people is already coming over. Now I reckon that number's probably going to be doubled, right? Because again, yeah, Britain, we cancelled some contract with France as well. Like I think this week, or it might have been this week or last week, yeah, to do with some vaccines that the French was making over here. Do you know what I mean? So that's probably pissed them off as well. Do you know what I mean? Right? Considering that, like, most of our goods, yeah, have to come across Europe to get to us, right? And we just seem to be pissing off all of the wrong people. Do you know what I mean? The Chinese again. The Chinese are not happy, right, about the whole situation. Right? The Chinese have said, yeah, that Britain, America, and Australia, yeah, have like a Cold War outlook, like the Cold War. You know what I mean? So, seriously, these people, all they could ever think of is military, 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 military. That's all they can ever think of is military. It's just completely ridiculous. Just, you'd think after all the time, after all the wars, right, that they'd have learnt their lesson by now, right? But we do know, yeah, that Boris Johnson obviously just threw a new tax upon us, and now we know, right? That obviously, because the money for the new tax, yeah, some of that's going to end up going towards these new submarines that they're building for the Australians, right? Some of that money, because you know how it works, right? The money all goes in one pot, right? So the new tax what they're just slapping on us, right, is going to go to some of the military, right? You know, you just have to look how the Queen just said to Boris Johnson, you know what, yeah, listen, you little shit, don't you dare even build no boat and tell people it's for me, right? Because right now, yeah, the country's not ready for that, right? Because that's what they were doing, building a boat and claiming it was for the Queen. Do you know what I mean? Hold up, just see what I mean? This is the thing, right? These people will tell you how, oh, we're broke, we haven't got any money left. There's no magic money tree, right? But when it comes down to it, they're splashing out on boats. They want to splash out on submarines for Australia. Do you know what I mean? So they could go and start tackling China. You have to say what kind of fucking foolishness is all of this. Do you know what I mean? These people, seriously, these people are something else, right? Why the fuck do we always have to have just crazy people in charge in the world? Why can't we have some decent leaders just somewhere, right? And again, yeah, you have to wonder, yeah, because there is like five eyes, right? And there's only three eyes involved in this. So you have to wonder, right, what happened to the other two eyes, right? I think Canada just said, you know what, no, I'm not really feeling that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really feeling that. And the same with New Zealand. They just said, you know what, nah, no, right? But you see, who are the craziest out of the five eyes is these three, right? Are the craziest out of the five. Anytime, right? These guys have got a chance for war, they're going to take it. Anytime. Yeah. Canada and New Zealand not like that. Do you know what I mean? They're not like that. Do you know what I mean? These guys have always been, they've always been some warmongers from the very beginning. Yeah, these guys have been warm from when they first left these islands to go around the world and start looking to see what's going on, right? These guys have never stopped from then. Do you know what I mean? So today's a very very sad day, right? For right, with regards to Brexit, right? Because Marks and Spencers, yeah, is closing 11 of their stores in France, right? And that is a direct result of Brexit, right? And this, something, yeah. The Marks and Spencer's chairman, yeah, he really needs to hold his head in shame because he's an ex-Tory MP, right? And he has allowed this to happen to that business. You know what I mean? Really, they should be kicking his ass out because the man is motherfucking useless, right? You can't tell me yet that he can't have seen this coming. He must have seen this coming, right? He must have seen it coming. Do you know what I mean? But then, when you need 700 documents, yeah, to get your lorry into the EU, that's no joke. It's no joke at all. Do you know what I mean? But this, I'm sure you Brexiters knew exactly what you was voting for. So you was voting for Marks and Spencers to be fucked up, right? You see, you have to ask yourself, yeah, is your fucking racism really worth? Is racism really worth that? Because you guys, you Brexiters, you have destroyed Marks and Spencers, right? Marks and Spencers EU, you've destroyed it. It's gone. Do you know what I mean? How much people in England did that employ? Do you know what I mean? Because I believe all the ready meals and all that. I think they must have been put together over here, right? And that's the reason why they're having problems getting them there now. Do you know what I mean? So now they've got to close the business down. Do you know what I mean? At this point I normally say another Brexit vote, but something, yeah? This is people's jobs again, and this shit is really, really serious. When Marks and Spencers, right, a company who have very, very deep pockets, right, when they can no longer operate inside the EU from this country, that must bring you back to your senses. Right? Other than that, you must have been kicked in the fucking head by a horse. Serious thing, because if anything should bring you back to your senses, it should be that, because this is Marks and Spencers. It's a British institution, right? And for it to close down because of Brexit, right? You Brexiters should be hanging your head in shame right now. But I know a lot of you are not. You know why? Because it's the racist fucked up gene, right? And with that gene, it doesn't really make you feel any shame, right? It gives you that gene gives you no conscience at all. Do you know what I mean? So you Brexiters, you don't give a shit about that. Do you know what I mean? You really don't give a shit, because you think to yourself, well, it was worth us losing our freedom of movement. Marks and Spencer's closing down. Yeah, it's worth them putting sewage into the rivers. Right? Do you know what I mean? All for your dirty, disgusting racism. Just think about that. Just let that really sink into what you've done to this country, right? Because there's no way now, right, that you can blame this on they can't blame this on the pandemic. No way, no how. Because this is a direct result of Brexit. Because they cannot get, right, their food into the EU. They're finding it too difficult to get their food into the EU. But I think, yeah, that probably the chairman from Marks and Spencer should go over and start waving his fist around at the EU, right, and say, you EU, I'll tell you something, yeah, you need us more than we need you, and we're going to step away. See? Now, do you remember how stupid all that nonsense was, right, when they was telling you all that, right? How much the EU need us. I tell you, we was telling you from way back when, the EU don't need us like how we need them. Right? We're just an island off the coast of the EU. Right? And we're really finding that out now. But we're going global with the Americans and the Australians. Yeah, global to fucking war. Just don't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. You know what I mean? Just completely ridiculous, right? What you people, what you people have done to this country, right? You really got to be ashamed of yourself. Do you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't even say you fucked up because you guys don't think you have. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of you are thinking to yourself, well, this is worth it. Really? This is worth it? You think this is worth it? You think people losing their jobs is worth it? Is worth your petty racism? You think the country, right, falling to pieces is worth it? Right? All the fishermen, well, actually, fuck the fishermen. They all fucking voted for this shit. Right? And they've all lost their motherfucking jobs. Right? Do you know what I mean? Just, this whole thing is really, really sickening. Really, really, really sickening. I don't even know where the Marks and Spencer's depot is in this country, yeah. So I could test to see how them people actually voted in the referendum. Do you know what I mean? In whatever area they've got their factories or their warehouses or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So then you could get a gauge of whether or not these people actually voted for this. Do you know what I mean? But I'll tell you something, yeah. Anyone who voted Brexit, you are a fucking idiot. You are stupid. You are thick, right? And you have absolutely no motherfucking sense, right? And if you don't believe that, yeah, just look at what the fuck you have done to Marks and Spencers. You have destroyed one of Britain's oldest companies. Marks and Spencers. I'm sure they've been operating from since 18 something, right? Do you know what I mean? From since Jacob Rees-Mogg was a boy, right? I'm sure, right? So, do you know what I mean? And you Brexiters, have destroyed it. I hope you're happy with yourself. Well, actually, you are probably happy with yourself because you're too stupid to realise, right, the devastation that you've caused. Fix your fucking selves up, man. Anyway, guys, this is By Any Means Necessary. I'm James C. John Ribs. Comments below, and it was really nice to speak to you guys.